mate. Yeah, looking forward to digging into this story because the Gen 3 era is starting to really produce some tight racing. And this bloke, Craig Baird, our driving standards advisor, has had to make some pretty tough decisions. I don't envy his place in the world, but we're starting to work out where the line is. Now, this was the one with the most conjecture. Let's just go back to Kostecki versus Mostert, Taupo, turn 3. We remember this. We reviewed it at the time. Now, here's Mostert moving in on Kostecki. Now, we talk about a bump and run. This looks like one at the outset, but when you look at it, Beardo said to me, he said, Mostert lost a lot of pace in the middle of the corner. He also was angled left, and Mostert was clearly having a run around the outside. So he didn't quite see that as a classic bump and run. So but he said to me very clearly at the time, I remember, that's on the line. There's nothing more. That's it. Don't go further than that. Fair play. Now, I can say, Kostecki felt a little hard done by there. If you're a Kostecki fan, I get that, but that was the call. Then we go to turn 8. This is a different circumstance where Wood is on Kostecki. Now, in these ones, what Beardo looks at is the car, the offending car, in control when they make contact? Now, you can see there that Woody is sliding the car, not under full control, when he makes a contact. Verdict, he calls that over the line, not on. Then we go to Perth a couple of weeks ago. This incident between Golding and Brown. This is another good one to look at, really interesting. They come down the hill on the main straight, flat out. So Brown pulls out from behind Golding, goes to overtake him. Golding moves across, which you can do, but you can only do to the point that you leave a car width. If there's an overlap, 1 car width. Golding does it. They do make contact, nothing more, so all fair play. He realised he was there and he left him room. So verdict, inside the line. That's cool. Then we go to Kostecki versus Payne here yesterday. Now, this gets interesting. This, for me, is much more of what we call the classic bump and run. So this is Kostecki, comes in. Now, he was 4th. He gives Payne a little bump. That's your classic bump and run, and he goes by. Now, I just asked Brodie, I said, mate, why didn't you just at that point back out of it, let him go back there, hold your position? Remembering he went back to 9th position in the race. They're points you can't give away at the moment. Now, again, I can say an animated Brodie told me he was really aggrieved, and he feels there's been other instances in the year where it's happened to him, so he felt that was okay. I did speak to a lot of other engineers. They sit where I probably sit. I would have just backed out of that and held position and pressed on and not given away the points. But, hey, that's Brodie's decision. That was over the line. And then we get to this one, Payne and Stanaway. This is down into turn 1 again yesterday. And you go back to that Golding-Brown incident. What Stanaway did here, he's off the racing line, moves over on Payne, bang, doesn't give him a car width, takes himself out of the plane. So we call that an own goal, so there's no further needed. Why does all this matter? I'll tell you why this matters, because we're in the finals race. Now, championship points don't really matter. What matters is Deepa Squally, let's call him 0 at 10th place. That's where you've got to be to get in the finals. If I cast a rod out, 150 points only, remembering there's 1,300 left in the year, 9 events to get there, well, these guys, the green guys, they're in the bubble. And there's all of these. Look, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 of them dancing around trying to get in the bubble. It's game on.